The other thing I always get is people always ask me where I met my wife, because I've been reading some posts and stuff, you know, because sometimes when people see pictures of my wife, they be like, she just got with him because he's been in a few movies, got a little change in his pocket. I'm like, nah. We've been together 17 years, you know? My wife was the second girl I met when I moved to LA. And I got her number on a dare, you know? It's me and my buddy saw her standing there. And he's like, Gary, go get a number. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try, right? So I walked over. I couldn't believe she gave me her number, right? I was like, what the fuck gave me the number, right? So I called it immediately, you know? I didn't wait at all. I called it and she picked up. She goes, hello? I go, what's up? She goes, who is this? I was like, the guy you just met. She goes, you're already calling me? I said, listen, I know I'm supposed to wait 3 days, but you gonna be a lot of motherfuckers in 3 days, okay? So I'm just putting my dibs in now, let you know I'm interested. So I'm gonna wait 3 days. So it's Tuesday. I'm gonna call you back on Friday, and I hope you have a great Wednesday, Thursday, okay? So I'm gonna call you back on Friday. I'm gonna wait 3 days, but this is my number, so if you wanna save it, it's cool. But I'm still gonna call you back, because I got yours, right? So I waited 3 days. I called her back on Friday. And then we talked for a couple weeks on the phone, and we finally got our first date set up. All she did was go to a restaurant. She drove, I drove, we ate, then we went our separate ways, right? Fast forward 2 weeks later. Now this one, we're talking just about every day on the phone, and we finally get the second date set up. And we went out to eat, and then we had drinks after dinner, and I asked her, I said, hey, you want to come back to my place? She was, oh, no. I'm not going to come back. I know what guys want. I'm not going to put myself in that situation. I was like, fuck, right? And she heard me. She goes, you just say fuck? I said, no. That wasn't an angry fuck. That wasn't like, fuck that bitch. That was more like, fuck, that sucks, you know? So I had to clear up that fuck. I know she heard me, right? So I just, went our separate ways again. Now, fast forward like 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, right? We finally get the third date set up. And at this point, I had seen her out a few times socially, and we're talking like 3-4 times on the phone every day. So we kind of knew it was gonna happen this night, right? It wasn't said, but we knew, right? So I picked her up, got something to eat, we went out after dinner, and I asked her, hey, you wanna come back to my place? And she was like, okay. So she came back to my place, right? So we walk in my house, and we went in my room, and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. I started eating her pussy. I went right down on it. Bam, right? But listen, I had the room set up for success. I did. I had the lights dimmed. I had some candles lit. I had the right music playing for the work I was about to do. I put on some heavy D. You know? You gotta put the right music on for the mood you wanna set, right?
You get hit by a bus.
And I was putting in work. I was putting in work, you know? Because I remember Bad Boys on HBO, and the movie just started when we walked in my room, right? Movie was over. I was still down there, right? So when I looked up and I said, damn, the movie's over, I was like, oh, so I was like, I've been down here too long. So I just got up, went to the kitchen, got some orange juice, came back. I don't think she knew I got up, you know? Because I walked back in the bedroom, she was still laying down, and then she looked up, she goes, what are you doing? I said, oh, I saw what time it is. I work tomorrow, so it's late. I gotta get you home. She's like, so, is that it? I was like, yeah, that's it. So, come on, get dressed. Let me get you home. I had a good time tonight. I had a great time, you know? I'm really glad you came over. I mean, did you have a good time? She was like, I did enjoy myself, yes. I was like, well, get dressed. Let me get you home. You know, she just put on her clothes and shit, you know. Then we got in my truck, and I was driving her home, you know. And I tell you, on the way home, I never turned on the radio. I never looked at her. I never spoke to her. I was just driving. And I could see her in the passenger seat just looking at me like, the fuck's wrong with him? You know. Then we got to her house, and I got the car, I let her out the car, I walked her to the front door, and I was like, hey, look, I had a great time tonight. I'm so glad you came over, so I know you gotta work this week, I'm around, so just call me if you wanna get together. Just let me know, it's up to you. So, okay, see you later. I didn't hug her, I didn't kiss her, I just walked back to my truck, right? So I got in my truck, I was driving away, and I could see her still standing at her front door, just looking at me like, the fuck just happened? Right? Guess who called me in the motherfucking morning, though? At 8 a.m., hey, I get off at 5, you wanna get together? Yeah, I fucked it that night. Oh, I fucked it that night, trust. Yeah, I facilitated that pussy. All right, so I appreciate y'all coming out, man. Thank y'all. I'm Gary Owen, thank you.